خير طلاب. This is the third lecture of medical genetics. In this lecture, we try to know some examples of numerical chromosomal abnormalities and discuss also the structural chromosomal abnormalities. Now, we discussed Down syndrome as one of the autosomal numerical abnormality. Other possible or other common examples هو Trisomy 18 Edwards syndrome. This is هاي الصورة هي depicts some important clinical manifestations of this syndrome. Example عليها dysplastic or malformed ear, congenital heart disease, clenched heart, clenched hands, micrognathia, short neck. Most of those children will die immediately after birth. This is Trisomy 18 as Edwards syndrome. Trisomy 13 or Patau or Patau syndrome, small hand, absent eyebrow, cleft lip and cleft palate, also congenital heart disease, also clenched hands. Also those children will die in the first year of life. Now, sex chromosomal abnormalities. Most common هو Turner syndrome. This occurs in about 1 إلى كل 1500 newborn girls worldwide, but is much more common among pregnancies that do not survive to terms. I mean, it is most commonly found in abortions. Turner syndrome is a chromosomal condition that affects the development in females. The most common feature of Turner syndrome is a short stature. An early loss of ovarian function is also very common, and most of those children are infertile. 30% of females with Turner syndrome have extra fold of the skin of the neck called webbed neck, puffiness or swelling of the hands or feet, lymphedema. 1/3 to 1/2 of individuals with Turner syndrome are born with heart defect. Most girls with Turner syndrome have normal intelligence. High صورتين. This one shows the webbed neck and the second shows the puffiness of the feet. The most common cause of Turner syndrome هو monosomy X 45X. Half of individuals with Turner syndrome have monosomy X. هذا هو the most common cause of Turner syndrome. حدود فقط 50% عندهم 1X. Turner syndrome can also occur if one of the sex chromosomes is partially missing, rearranged rather than completely absent. I mean يعني مو شرط إنه كل الإكس chromosome should be absent to cause Turner syndrome. Only the short arm of the X chromosome should be absent to cause Turner syndrome. Some women with Turner syndrome have chromosomal changes in only some of their cells, and this is known as mosaicism. So the mosaicism of Turner syndrome is very common. أكثر common من الداون syndrome. لكن حقيقة كل ما يحكي على الموسايسيزم the best example من يحكون عليه هو الداون syndrome. Another cause of Turner syndrome هو isochromosome, what is called isochromosome X of the long arm. مثل ما تشوفون بالصورة واحد من الأكسات هنا is normal. The second X shows isochromosome XQ. Now, the second uh, disease or the second new يعني example على numerical abnormality of the sex chromosome هو Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome is a chromosomal condition that affects males' physical and cognitive development. Affected individuals typically have small testes that do not produce as much testosterone as usual, which can lead to delayed or incomplete puberty, breast enlargement, gynecomastia, reduced facial and body hair, and infertility. Older children and adults with the Klinefelter syndrome tend to be taller than their peers. بعكس تيرنر عادة يكونون short. Children with Klinefelter syndrome may have learning disabilities and delayed speech and language development بينما الأطفال أو patients with Turner syndrome have normal intelligence. Klinefelter syndrome affect 1 إلى 500 to 1 إلى 1000. Klinefelter syndrome results from the presence of extra copy of X chromosome in each cell, 47XXY. عفوا 47XXY. I mean وجود extra copy of X chromosome in addition to the Y chromosome. This is picture of Klinefelter syndrome. 2XY, 47XXY, 48XXXY. This is the comparison between Turner syndrome and Klinefelter syndrome. Taller, shorter. For breast in Klinefelter gynecomastia, while in Turner syndrome shield chest. Heart problem is present in Turner syndrome rather than in Klinefelter, both affecting the fertility. Now, we discussed the structural abnormalities of the chromosomes. The chromosome normally contains two arms, short arm and long arm, separated by the centromere. Short arm is symbolized by P, comes from the French term which is petit, and long arm symbolized by Q. بشكل عام الكروموسومات تتقسم into three groups according to the location of the centromere. Submetacentric اللي هو السنترومير يكون قريب من النص. metacentric اللي هو السنترومير يكون قريب من النص. submetacentric او خلينا نكون افضل metacentric كروموسوم يكون قريب من النص. تيلوسنتريك او اكروسنتريك كروموسومز اللي هو السنترومير يكون away at the periphery of the chromosome, dividing the chromosome into very long arm and very short arm. In between there are a group is called submetacentric. Now discuss number 1, deletion. Deletion means loss of a portion of a chromosome مثل ما تشوفون بالصورة. And this is example of a deletion of a long arm of chromosome 3. Ring chromosome means terminal terminal deletion of the chromosome and the fusion of these both ends forming a ring structure مثل ما تشوفون بالصورة. Isochromosome, a chromosome produced by transverse splitting of the centromere so that both arms are from the same side of the centromere, are of equal length and possess identical genes. مثل ما تشوفون بالصورة عادة normally separation between chromosomes during segregation هو يكون vertical حتى يقسم لي الكروموسومز into two الchromatids into two identical chromosomes. بالايزوكروموسوم السيبريشن plane راح يكون horizontal dividing the chromosomes into two short arms or two long arms forming what is called isochromosome. البست example احنا مثل ما شفنا انه التيرنر. inversion. Inversion means rearrangement in which a segment of genetic material is broken away from the chromosome, inverted from end to end, and reinserted into the chromosome at the same breakage site. إذا not same breakage site is called translocation. Is called translocation. عندنا paracentric inversion if the inversion occurs just near the centromere, or pericentric inversion in which the inversion يشمل السنترومير. example عليه هنا عندي inversion 9 اللي هو يصير عندي para or